in them. Every local group had its own 10 or 12 organizations, and these are beginning to pop up in the terms of study groups that are studying other things, including weaponry, including the art of war, including the anarchist cookbook, which is to how to do the, and they're getting very encouraged by what they see as the Iraqis are driving the Americans buck crazy. Now, that's one thing. Our job is above ground to make people understand what's going to go down, whether they like it or not. You don't want to get their pants come down. Revolution. Revolution starts with non-violent petitioning for the oppressor to lighten up. He usually put dogs on you, oppress you, lock you up, assassinate you. The next thing, it leads into general strikes, and strikes go down, and which was simulated by the $1 Million March. But of course it wasn't, we call it the $1 Million March, but it was never connected to nothing. So it's just, then the other one is beginning to, because after you petition in a civil rights fashion, and the Prince of Peace get his throat blown off, the next thing you have is armed struggle. Now, we're in a specific predicament where we are not the majority here. In almost every revolutionary country, remember, the invader is in the imperialist is in the minority. So we have to understand we have a particular science, but we have a lot of young people, and most of the time I try to cool them out and tell them to keep training and keep doing what they do. Stay on the down low. Don't wear uniforms, have them think you the average Joe, and when you talk to a white boy, don't ignore him, but always only talk about the weather and sports. And then just go on, because you're not then called a hostile on your job, because one part of King Alfred or Rex 84 is to pick up all the people that are hostile, who are known on their jobs, that because they talking about black history, some Peckerwood or something. Yeah, so yeah, it's a protracted struggle. Struggle has never stopped. There's times when we're in high levels of struggle, and at times, I'm writing a book in Showdown, I'm going to demonstrate what was done by the Black Liberation Army and how they put New York in a fit. Yeah, but at the same time, they have the logistics of war. In Rosewood, we would have beat them, we ran out of ammo. And Tulsa, Oklahoma, we'd have beat them. We ran out of ammo. We never ran out of guts. So they have in Rosewood, you see the movie? Yeah. They have a very important scene in there where he has to go get ammo from the man, and the man won't give him no ammo, and he makes his cousin get out of there and don't let the man fill her up no more. He should have been had out of there. That's a contradiction in the film. You know who that is? That girl playing that, her name is Okosawa Bosia. Her father used to be the dictator of the African Republic. She was in Color Purple, too.
Yeah, right.
She is a dictator's daughter.
Rosewood.
Yeah. Rosewood is a very important film to analyze what they do. And also, there's something happened in that film that showed you the protracted nature of it. John Wayne and them would have ended the film with riding away in the train, kissing their honey and going to freedom. My man say, hey, come on, man, we gotta go back. And this shit ain't over. You know what I mean? And that was highly progressive. So there are things you can't see that you ain't supposed to see, and if you see them, those people are in jeopardy. But they're there, and they're trained. And most of the struggle is gonna come out of the dirty. It's not gonna come out of the north this time. It's gonna come out.
Don't need too much ammo.
No. But also they need a place to train, and that's why they train more in the dirty South than they do in the city. You feel me? And then they're dispatched all over the world, So it's very important to understand you can't lose faith in one. Two, revolution is never an activity conducted by the masses of the people. Here's what happens. The vanguard, which is us conscious people who on Friday, Saturday night meet with each other to compare notes and learn something, we are the vanguard. The people that we talk to hear us. They know we're correct, but they don't think we can win. We don't convert revolutionaries. This is very important. We don't convert revolutionaries. the oppression of the oppressor will bring them to you. They know what you say, how you say it, when they go in. And why they so stupid? In Iraq, the more every child you kill, you pick the families full of revolutionaries. Everything you blow up, every mosque you destroy, everything makes you enemy of the people, so it escalates. It don't dissipate. People don't never humble in there because they ain't got nowhere to go. They in their country. You see? So it's very important to understand that many people are going to be coming to us. I would say now, I've been in the struggle since 1965. Don't do no counting. I would say now there are more quote unquote economic middle class people involved than ever before. And they come from corporate America. They've been kicked out of corporate America, or they reject corporate America, and they're beginning to see a world that they have to find a place in for themselves and their children. It's a scientific process that's taking place. It's not a spiritual process. Everybody try to reduce it to it's a scientific process. That if you put enough steam under this pot, I don't care if you was a welder and you welded that lid on, when that certain temperature hit you, it's going to transform from water to steam and blow that lid off. And that's a scientific process.
We have revolutions that mention so many thousands of us, but somebody not getting a seat on the bus make things flow.
Yeah, how they tell
The
it.
mama's being home.
Yeah, you know.
Couldn't get a seat.
How they spin it, Rosa Parks did this and that and that. What they were scared of, what really moved things was Robert Williams in the South. You know, the Negroes with guns. No, there has never been a concession given to the civil rightsers. It's always been, we'll give it to the civil rights because we don't want to seem like we're giving in. But when Lyndon Johnson was planning the war in Vietnam, there's a famous picture with all of Washington burning. When we burnt over 200 cities, you see what I'm saying? But no, that was reaction. Revolution is when you do it consciously and say, I'll burn this, I'll burn that, I'll run them over here, I'll run them over here, and then I'm going to hit them over here. And revolution will be when one day the President of the United States leans over the podium and booyaka! He said, whoa, we grew up. Why should we have the only martyrs in this shit? Why should we have the only dead body? I don't agree with that.
Right.
But you have to get to the point where you understand that. Because if you don't, people will be pointing, that was Dal, that was Bill, Jack Felder was there. You at a point where people will dom you out of fear.
Right.
They fear themselves coming to power. But as the master, and I'm telling you, ain't nothing worse than you can talk about beating people in the head and all that, but the economic oppression that's going to come up is going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That economic pool of hunger with no welfare state in place. See, the welfare state was supposed to give you enough to keep you satisfied so you bum rush Washington. And that's why when you got to the $1 Million March, you've seen playing around. You start seeing people marching, talking about we don't want to disrupt nothing. And we're not really mad at the white man. We're going to atone. Well, I ain't did a damn thing. I ain't atoning for nothing. I want some head. And I got too many dead people to be talking about. I ain't killed nobody, and that bothers me. But I will get my chance too. And we walk and we come strong, and we come here and we there because we love it. Because if we didn't love it, we wouldn't be there. Right. We'd be in Acapulco. You see what I'm saying?